Percussion Axiom TV. I'm your host, Tom Burritt, and this is episode 41. Today's axiom is, in this style, your answers lie. Now, I know I just went Yoda on you. We'll get to that here in a minute. Before we get started, just a few quick things. This is part 3 in the Steve Weiss Interactive contest at steveweissmusic.com, and we're having a blast interacting with you guys. The videos are amazing, the comments, the blog posts, some great videos, some new people joining in, which is amazing, and thank you so much to you guys that are doing that. I know it's tough to get yourselves out there, but I really think it's important these days in so many different ways. That's a whole other topic, but we need to get on with today's show. As you can see, I'm wearing the ZMF new music shirt. I will be going out there in about a week's time, and I'm just practicing my you-know-what off here, trying to get ready for that. And actually going to be in Round Top teaching the summer festival there this week, so I wanted to get this video up. And so that means we're going to have about 2 weeks now where we're not going to have a video, and this is going to give you guys an opportunity to really get this thing going, get it frosty, get it real good in the hands and really solid, and keep interacting. Hopefully I'll have internet access. I should this week, and hopefully during the week at ZMF, and I think we're going to do a ZMF show, which is amazing. So if you're not sure what ZMF is, and you want to look more about it, check out episode 19. And I interviewed Nancy Zeltzman about the big project we got going on. That's a whole other show, and we've already done a show on that, so check that out. It's fantastic. Okay, let's see. We're going to read some comments here. One especially from Matt. I think it was Matt Levine or Levine. I'm not sure which that is. But, well, my prediction of Texas winning 3 games was not quite right. Yeah, they won the second game, I know. It's been a tough week for me. Baseball can be so cruel. I think the new Steve Weiss music site is awesome. That's great. He's answering the question that we had at the end of the last episode. Searching by brand or category is easier now. Also, the opening screen is attractive, and judging by how quickly the 100 free giveaways ran out, the promotion is attracting lots of customers. Yes, the guys over there really know what's going on these days in business and websites and all of that stuff. So congrats to them. Thanks for checking that out, Matt, in the comments. So this is a very interesting part of his thing. I wanted to let everyone know that I contacted Mr. Sejourné himself about the errata and general advice regarding the performance of Katamiya. I think we're going to use the Japanese pronunciation. I think you guys beat me up on that, so we're good, Katamiya. While he didn't have the score in front of him because he is on tour, he responded with the following. Priority is, be simple. The music is simple and needs to stay simple and easy for the audience. So it seems, this is back to what Matt is saying now, so it seems like we don't have to be too concerned with inconsistencies and to-do markings. Rather, we should strive to keep the groove clear and simple for the audience. Yes, Matt, that is exactly right. And that's where we're going to go. Oops, missed. That's where we're going to go with today's show, okay? So in the style, your answers lie. Okay, so we're going to revisit measure 1 since we didn't talk too much about the rolls yet. And then we're going to do measure 26 through 30. We haven't gotten to that. And then basically we'll know the piece, okay? We'll know the whole thing. But before we get to those 2 things, just a quick word about what Emmanuel said about keeping it simple, and it's all about the groove. I think it's so easy, right, when we learn music to look at every single little detail. And you guys have definitely done that, in the blog post, in the interaction. You guys have broken this down in so many ways, and that's amazing. That's really, really great. And I'm not berating you for doing that because that's really important. You have to do that, but you also have to realize that style is really the answer to everything you have questions about. So yes, the two-note marks are inconsistent. There are some wrong rhythms. There's some questions about errata and this and that. And it's really good to be aware of those things. But really, the style of this is simple. The style of this is groove. That's where we started with this in episode 1. We talked about it last time as well, or part 1. And so that's what's so important, you guys. It's just got a groove, okay? So it's great that you know the details, we know the progression, but we can't make something more out of this than what it really is. And we've heard from the man himself on that. So focus less on the detail of every little thing and focus more on the general effect, the style of this. That's today's axiom. In the style, your answers lie. So when you have a problem with something, what is the style of the piece? If it's a serialist piece where every detail is absolutely precise, where if you miss a rhythm or you miss a dynamic marking, that's equal to missing a note, say in Bach, that's important. Here, it's all about groove and keeping it simple. And so we're gonna, that seemed to be the thing that came up this past week in interactions the most, and that's what's important. So, yeah. So as you continue working on measures 10 through whatever it was, 25, like we did last time. Just keep it simple, keep it grooving, and I think you'll be happy with the result. All right, so keep it simple. We're going to talk about measure 1 and rolls. I apologize, episode 20 through 22 are all episodes on rolling. I had serious problems with episode 20. I'll try to get it back up there, but 21 and 22 you should be able to find on YouTube or at thomasburritt.tumblr.com, where we talk about a lot of details on rolls. We don't have much time here, but what's really important with rolls is to relax. Relax, relax, relax. So now we're looking at measure 1. The most important thing is you can relax the hands, okay? When we relax the stick in the hands, when they're just in there enough, so we should be able to just pull them easily in and out, okay? The attack of the stick will be the least. The minute we grip too much, we start to hear the attack a lot more. So there's more information on that in those episodes. The second thing we want to do is stay low. So we're minimizing attack here with rolling. That's what we're trying to do. So relaxing the stick in the hand is going to minimize the attack. Not coming from too high a roll height will also keep the attack to a minimum, because that's the problem with rolls, right? We hear too much attack. And then the third thing we need to do is vary the roll speed, okay? Vary the roll speed so our ears never pick up on a rhythm or a pattern, okay? This can be done any number of ways. I go into it in much greater detail. I think it's 21 and 22. I use ripple rolls, independent rolls, traditional rolls, all under the idea that they'll help me take the listener's attention from the attack of the stick, because they can't actually catch into a pattern. Their ears can't catch the pattern. So they're forced not to listen to the contact, but to the actual sound itself. Okay? So I'll demonstrate a little of that here. This is measure 1. So relaxing, staying low, and vary the roll speed so the ear doesn't actually hear a pattern. I need to block that a little more. I missed that last shift. But that gives you the idea, I think, of what I'm after. I'm going back and forth between traditional rolls and sort of ripple rolls. You don't have to do that, but that's just what I do. Just vary the roll speed to not let anyone catch on to the pattern. Okay, moving on to measure 26. This is a real fun spot in the piece, probably my favorite spot. You want to be careful. The quarter note triplets, normally I tell people to play them absolutely subdivided by the eighth note triplet. This is the first rhythm here in 26. That's very important, okay? However, in this music, it may not be as important, because remember, the style has just got a groove. If that quarter note triplet isn't absolutely perfect, that's probably okay, right? Because this is all about just the style, and the style isn't going to be too square rhythmically. That's the first thing about the triplet. I like to play rolls really together in a rhythmical situation. So the end of 2, I'll attack together in both 26 and 28, and also in measure 29 on these last 2 rolls. Well, actually not the last 2, but just beat 3 on 29. In a rhythmical texture, I like to always put the sticks down as what I call a double stop roll. It just helps keeps the rhythm real clear. In a place like measure 1, I'll go ahead and, at the beginning of a roll, I won't necessarily start together. When the tempo's slow, it doesn't matter so much. Okay, one tricky sticking, getting into 27. This thing, I'll play with 3, 2, and then double stop here with mount 1 and 3. That's really the only problem in this section. Okay, so that's that section there. Okay, so I'll try to play that through real briefly, a little slower, together. And then go ahead and connect to that last note there. And the same thing applied to measure 1 with the rolls, applies here with the rolls in this section. All right, so now we know the whole piece. We're set to go. In the style, your answer lies. That's a great way to think about it. Whenever you have a problem with the piece, get to the heart of the matter, figure out what the style is. This is a very groove, fun piece. Keep it simple. All right. Thank you guys so much. Question of the episode. There's a lot of people that died this week. What's the deal, right? MJ, Farrah Fawcett, Ed McMahon, who I used to, I remember the Johnny Carson show, and he was great in that. And then today, Billy Mays died, who was the big pitch guy for OxyClean. You see him on TV. And, he's like my favorite guy, because I'll have to do a show on this sometime. But as a performer, you have to pitch, right? You have to get people to what you're into. And, you know, it didn't matter what that guy sold. It sold like crazy because he could just pitch it. And, you know, I tell my students all the time, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And so that's all that guy really did. And it was pretty amazing how he did that. So question is, which of those, do you have a funny story or experience with any of the 4 or 5 celebrities that died? I want to hear it. Thought it'd be fun. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.